What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the final episode in our walkthrough. This is going to be the Umbral ending for the Lords of the Fallen, or Lords of the Fallen, they dropped the V. So we've got to put these parasites in over here. Once you shift over to Rumble, Malhu will talk to you and you'll be able to put the Umbral parasites in. He's actually going to be our last seed pod dude for getting the ending. So we got to do his little thing here. So first we're going to put the Iron Wayfarer in, which is Harkin from Lords of the Fallen 2014. If you missed that a few episodes back, he kind of revealed who he was. I actually downloaded that game and just started playing it. It's not great, but it's not as bad as some people say. Especially when you consider like when it came out, you know. It's definitely clunky and slow, but graphically it's not horrible. It's just, you know, really early basic Souls-like. I think it's like one of the first actually attempts at a Souls-like. So I'm just picking these up for New Game Plus. We're not going to have as many vestiges in New Game Plus. So Malhu just told us that we're going to have to free his sweet Elaine, who is Pieta, as we learned in Stigma early on in Calrath, from her mortal coil, I guess. So you're actually gonna, so this is gonna be the boss fight against Elaine the Starved, and I think it's probably the toughest fight in the game. I haven't gone over strategy a lot in a lot of these fights, like too deeply, but in this one I did want to cover a few little things. So there's one phase you can summon Kugajin. So she's weak against Wither. Physical works well against her. She's, you know, neutral against it. She is strong against Holy and Fire, resistant to Poison, Burn, and Ignite, and totally immune to Smite and Frostbite. So you're going to want to use Wither and Physical. But I found Holy worked well against her. So Holy Fire, Physical Wither, probably going to be your options in order from worst to best. So, but anyways, you should be fine using Holy against her. You just don't want to come in and try to use Poison, Burn, Ignite, Smite, or Frostbite on her. So, and you're going to want to have a lot of resistance yourself to Wither damage. Probably some Holy resistance as well. She does do some attacks Pieta has, but some of them are like, you know, just the Umbral version. So she'll send out those little Umbral eyeballs, you know, that we had a spell where we sent like 4 of them out, but she'll spray out like, you know, dozens of them. And so yeah, you're gonna want good Holy Resistant. I think Dervla's armor would probably be your best bet. I think all the ones I've looked through, it's the best. So when I recorded this, I was thinking she's more holy, but she's really more Umbral. So, anyways, I think on my other playthrough I did use
that stone. It looks
Dervla's armor.
somehow. But I know it.
So you should get a prompt
When I was
to
a girl with the orphan Iris,
use the Umbral lamp on her. I don't know why I'm not.
I felt so
Thinking maybe I didn't
and
do
I
this
lost
thing with the stone with her, so let me do that,
Now here it is again. I wish I could say the same of the
and
orphan.
maybe it'll come up.
The Abbey is the only home I've ever known. It pains me to see it now. as sisters who roam its halls, but I take comfort in knowing that salvation is except those who instigated this corruption. The Abbey is the only hope. It pains
Yeah,
me to
she's
say
just
sisters,
repeating
but I
herself.
take
Maybe I can hit
except
the rest and talk to her after, see if that works. It's good to troubleshoot in case you run into the same issue. So, there we go. That will be your option. And we're committed to this ending now, so you have to. So, even though it feels kind of bad doing it. Ah. So we'll be transported down to Dervla's arena, where we'll fight her. There's Elaine starved. It's essentially like a Umbral version of Pieta, you know. So what we're wanting is her sword. As you see, it's like the counterpart to ours, but Umbral. She's going to come in and do the same melee attacks as Pieta. You can parry them or dodge. They're pretty easy to dodge. But where this fight gets hard is, first of all, she'll do, you know, those little summons like Pieta did. And she'll throw down those little holy things that come at you. That one is tough to dodge. I've not been able to parry it no matter how much I try. So you probably just want to sidestep dodge it. So here's where it'll get hard. She'll summon a second version of herself in. And you'll have to take on both at once. So this is what makes this fight so hard. So the other one's in the back there, spamming. There's her light beam. And then also we're shooting eyeballs at us that do wither damage. Same time we're having to dodge melee attacks from the copy. So what you really want to do is just burn the copy down as quick as you can. So there we got her. Lucent Beam does a great job. And what do? You want to immediately run over to her. You'll get the chance for a critical on her. Grievous Strike or whatever. And she'll go into a move usually after. Surprised she didn't do it there. Here it goes. So she'll go down. This is where you want to do all your damage. So this is where I had trouble my first time. I was trying to dodge these. But since they only do wither damage, if you have Lucent Beam and do a lot of damage with it, and you just stand right on her and just plow her with it, you'll be able to, tank through it, and you can burn down most of her bar. But otherwise, if you're just trying to fight her, pure physical, like I did in my first playthrough, you're going to have to fight. She'll probably summon this copy of herself 4 or 5 times before you finally defeat her. But like I said, Lucent Beam's just so overpowered that you can kind of stand there and just tank through the eyeballs coming out. You do want to kind of move side to side to stay out of like as many of them as you can, There's a pattern to how they come out, so this is really just going to be about trial and error, and it's pretty hard. Although this attempt was the best, definitely the best I had. It took me, I think, probably an hour and a half at least in my first playthrough, and this playthrough with the, just pure Radiant build, I got through in first try. So there she's gone. Now you'll be able to get a critical again. Should. So she went right into that move, so that's fine. We'll be able to finish her off. See, there's these opening in the eyeballs. Whenever you see the opening, just kind of drift to the left to stay in the opening. And that'll do it. Super easy. I can't imagine in New Game Plus how hard that would be. and it made it look easy with Lucent Beam, but I'm telling you that it's a real tough fight. So definitely for this game, I thought the bosses in this game were pretty easy. I actually just finished New Game Plus. A little late getting this video out, so I recorded this probably 3 weeks ago. But in New Game Plus, they're all very difficult. But yeah, first time through everything was pretty easy. That was definitely the hardest. So this is kind of creepy. There's one over here of Mahu with a baby. How he created Pieta. I didn't realize he was that big either. There's a remembrance of Elaine, so we can get our sword finally. Do our AoE. Like I said before, there's just 2 weapons with the newly released DLC that came out. There's going to be 3 now, but 3 weapons in the game that have like a special attack. Until we get, there's going to be an update. I think this week or next week should come out. From what I've heard, that will the other boss weapons will get L1, R2 special attacks. Like the Light Reaper swords, if you do Isaac's questline, have the beam, like the fire beam, AoE, and then Elaine the Starved and Pieta's, if you dual wield them, L1, R2, it does an attack where you kind of swipe both of them and they kind of like hit together and do like an explosion of Umbral and Radiance. So it's really cool looking. Seems to be pretty good to do from what I've seen. But since I didn't have enough chunks left, I won't be able to get it until my New Game Plus run. Because I used to on, there it is right there. And you can get her armor as well if you want. I'll probably get something else, but I don't like the armor where you don't have shoes on. I don't know, it just bugs me. But, yes, I'll have to, in New Game Plus, upgrade it to plus 10, and then, which I've already done, but I'll put in a clip here at the end of this where I'll show you how it looks, the 2 swords together. Elaine the Stars and Pieta's. Just trying to decide where to spend my last little bit of scourings on. Also, you do get an achievement for purchasing all spells. So I've gotten the Radiant and Rogar achievement already in New Game Plus early on. Or Radiant and Umbral, sorry. I need to get through a little further and what's her name? The only quest line I haven't completed is the girl the first Damaros. Yeah. So there's the 2 swords together. You've got the normal short sword moveset. And then when you do that, it'll throw out like a special energy attack. So I'll go ahead and upgrade it. Can only get it to plus 9, unfortunately, like I said, unless I grind some PvP. Or actually it'd be co-op, I think, because they're on you get them from the Radiance Shrine. So, anyways, like I said, I won't be able to do it, and we're gonna have 20 Inferno, but I'll go ahead and clip in me using it in New Game Plus. Alright, so like I said, this is early on New Game Plus. I'll go ahead and show you the special attack. There it is. Plus 10 Elaine the Starved and Pieta's sword. You can see against the New Game Plus early game enemy how much damage it does. Enough to get a proselyte in one attack. which is very nice. Because the enemy's HP is very thoroughly increased in New Game Plus. Alright, well here we are. Here's our final ending. I'm gonna strip everything off my guy here for, just roleplay type thing for going into our ending. So what you'll do is you'll hop on here. And there was a glitch with this where if you tried to pull that next one too early, it would crash the game. So I think it's fixed now, but if you do get it crashed, just look at the one you're pulling until you get up to it and then play the next one. Like this. And then look at the next one. So that's Melchior there. And then there's our little buddy Mahu. I don't know why you'd want to be there, but... And you just walk up here and that's the end of the Umbral. It's kind of cool how the little words they give you at the end connect back to the beginning of the game. Made that first comment make sense at the start of the game. Whee! Well, it's been fun, everybody. Having proven their devotion, the putrid mother's champion enters her embrace. The veil between realities is sundered, and the shadow of Umbral descends over creation. Nothing will be spared. Mess it up. All will be consumed, for she must feed. When it said at the beginning of the game, I was like, what does that mean? Makes sense now. And that is it. There's our Umbral ending. Toughest one. Like I was saying before, if you want to do Radiance, you just have to put out all the beacons when you get to them, throughout the game. And then choose Radiance, and you'll have a little short boss fight with a deer at the end where you just take out these dudes that are trying to summon him. And they throw fireballs at you. It's real easy. For the Rogar ending, a deer will power up your room, and then you have to go back to all the beacons and hit him again with a powered room. So there's kind of like an extra little step in that version. And then you go back to the Judge Cleric, and you'll have a thing with her, and it shows the cutscene. Or I guess like a deer comes to life through her body or something. I didn't fully understand that one, or realize how flat-chested she was until you see the little cutscene. So when you get here, you'll be able to start a new game plus, higher difficulty, or you can restart. Just new game like we just played through, if you want, which you'll keep everything you have, and you'll be supremely overpowered. But I guess that's just for like if you have, for trophies, you want to complete stuff.
The latest
So if we do new game plus or new game, we'll start back here without the character creation.
Great potential dwells within you, doubtless, for you to be chosen thusly.
And we'll be put back into the world again. I gotta say, I had a lot of fun with this game. I can't remember any game, and I'm in my late 30s, and I've been playing games since, I was in second grade. Got I was probably in kindergarten. Got a Super Nintendo, and had a Nintendo earlier than that. That was my dad's. I've just been playing my whole life, and I don't remember any game that I enjoyed so much where there was such disparity in some of the reaction and reviews. Usually people can be a little off, but I've never seen anything like this. It was just wild. I was in GameStop picking up a physical copy of Cyberpunk, so I could play Phantom Liberty because I'd sold mine a while back. And the two guys there were huge Souls-like guys, and they're like, "I've platinumed every Sekiro, Bloodborne, Elden Ring, everything." And I was like, "Well, you should try this game." And they're like, "No, it looks terrible. I'm not gonna play it." And like nothing I told them about it like would even like just try it, man. It's good. No, no, the review I saw, it's just crazy. That's why we don't get more of these games. But it was I had more fun with it than any game I played this year. As crazy as that sounds. I think I had so much fun. Just some of the nitpicks didn't really bother me like they did other people, I guess. But I think a lot of people decided they wanted to hate it. But anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and work on some other stuff. So thanks for watching. I'm glad you checked it out. Hope to see you around. Take care.